Dave Willet, MotoHead Mag. So today we've been at the Baker factory and we've been testing the 2019 Husqvarna range. The range itself is really impressive, but before we talk about bike spec and and what I've felt today regarding the bikes, you've just got to say about this facility and how mega this facility is. If you was ever asked how you could improve this place, you couldn't. There's nothing that this place hasn't got that a rider doesn't need. Top riders come from this facility because it has everything that you could think of that you'd need, except for a hard pack track. But you can see the Supercross track behind me. The place is just incredible. So Husqvarna, is it a white KTM? The bottom line is the DNA is the same, and when we say the DNA is the same, they've got a winning formula. So why change that? The bike speaks for itself on track, and the results certainly do as well. This year Husqvarna have had an incredible year, and when you look back, it's 2014, that model year change, Husqvarna was taking over, and when you see what success they've had, not just in bike sales, but also as in performance, and like I say, also results, and the teams and the infrastructure, it's pretty impressive really when you think about it, what they've achieved. Regarding the differences, yes, the body's a little bit different, and there's a few little extras. But all in all, my favourite bikes today were the 350 4-stroke and also the 250 2-stroke. Them bikes just really stood out for me, and the reason that they stood out for me was because they were easy to ride. Anybody could ride those bikes, whether you're a novice or whether you're an expert. I just feel that the bikes offer so much, and it's got such a wide range that you can benefit from them bikes. The 125 still feels a little bit light. You still feel like you lose the front end a little bit, and that's not because of the Husqvarna itself. That's just because that's a 125 thing. The free roll and the way that the bike moves. So that's not a negative. That's just basically that's the traits of a 125. But the 252 stroke, let's just touch on that a little. The widespread of power. If you was to niggle at the bike and you wanted to change something, for me personally, I'd just have a little bit more top end. But actually, the drivability from the turns on the bike's incredible, and the way that it handles. We know that they've got a new chassis, new linkage, and new suspension settings this year, and the bike's been worked on from the ground up. So the 252 stroke, that's the impressive bike for me in the 2-stroke range. Yes, I'm still a massive 125 fan, and I do like the 125, and there's nothing better than listening to a 125 singing that, flat out, and it certainly was flat out today in this loamy dirt. What would I say about the 4-stroke range? 4-stroke range 250, bags of power, handling perfect. The bike, that's going to be the best seller, the 250F, and the reason being is because it ticks so many boxes, and you really can excel and really get a good push on the bike. Actually, as an overall package, the feel is spot on, and the map switch, I just put it into map 2, didn't bother with the TC, and just let the bike rip. I tried it with an FMF pipe on as well, and that was just, yeah, that just give it that little extra punch and stretched out the power. The 350 just offers that little bit more. We always hear that it's a fast 250F, and it's certainly not a fast 250F. It's a bike in its own category, and it's more a 450 than it is a 250. The bike for me was just easy to throw around, just give you that extra grunt, to get over the jumps, get over the step ups, and it just made riding a little bit more fun. The 450, I couldn't throw that about as much, I'll be totally honest. Also as well, I just felt that extra gear in the engine, that just slowed the bike up a little bit. And especially with the standard exhaust. So when you've got an aftermarket exhaust on the bike, then it really opens up and it does transform that bike. I did like the 450, and yeah, if you're going in a straight line and you just want to pop over the jumps with ease, then that's certainly the bike. But if you can carry a little bit more speed with a 350, then the benefits of being able to push into a turn so much more, and carry so much more corner speed, that's a winning formula on track. Yeah, so the 450, like I was saying, it just feels a little bit different to the rest of the range, and that's not, I'm not saying that I don't like the 450, I'm just saying what I prefer out of the range. So the 450's got the benefits, of you can put that thing in third gear and it'll just track all day long. The bike itself, as in handling, over the previous model, massive improvement. So yeah, if you're a 450 man and you're wondering what the 2019 450's like, you certainly won't be disappointed, that's for sure. add some air in the forks if you're of a reasonable standard and you're feeling that the bike's twitching a little bit in your hands. And also as well, just try to sag, you know. If you're at 105 to 110, I think that you're in the ballpark. For me, Husqvarna, you know, their brand image is key, it's spot on, it's got history, you know, and the bike itself, it's just an incredible piece of kit, you know. And for me, I think it has the edge, it has the you know, that little bit more of brand awareness, and I'm a fan.